Hello, my traumatized babies and mentally ill Barbies. Today we have a collective read and the energy is extremely positive. But if you notice that maybe I'm a little bit, that's because I am currently a crabapple because Shark Week is next week. And I was like wondering why. I was like, I know the energy is positive. Why am I crabby right now? And then I finally realized what was going on. But isn't that the worst when you can tell you are the bad energy in the room and there's really nothing you can do to shake it at the moment? You just kind of have to accept that at least if you are someone who experiences these sorts of cycles, that it's just the nature of the cycle and things will all be well once we reach the next portion of that cycle. I just want you to know that if you sense any of that, that is completely me and where I am and says absolutely nothing about y'all and where you are, because I am feeling this. And this is really awesome and really clear. And what this reading pertains to, if you are sensitive to energy yourself, or if you have been paying attention to other readers or any sort of outlet like that, you will be aware for a very broad portion of the collective that we are at the end of a particular approximately 7-year cycle. A lot of tower moments are happening, a lot of realizations, a lot of dramatic things are happening within sort of like this outer band of this particular collective that I'm talking to. So you can sense that the energy is pretty intense right now. However, for this collective that I'm reading for, you are not going through any of that intensity. This collective, you would have already been through this kind of in the prior last 7 years, and you are transitioning out of that. If you realize like kind of 10, 12, 14 years ago that you had major trauma, major mental health issues, you had substance issues, you would have already within this particular 7-year cycle have been working through that. You will be at some sort of phase of management, sobriety, recovery. If you were in relationships or social circles that weren't for you anymore, you have already been through the divorces, you have already released friendships that are no longer part of your life anymore, so you can both have better lives, separate than together. All of that work for you is already done. What's going on right now, like it's not even a negatively for this particular collective, is that you can sense what's going on the perimeter of the energy, and that's going to become lesser and lesser. It'll go through peaks and troughs over the next probably few years. We were at a peak, now we're kind of coming down into a little trough. It'll come up again probably, but as that goes on, as long as, you know, everyone keeps moving forward into their positivity, into their health, into wonderful relationships that are loving and healthfully attached, your experience of the intensity that others are going through are going to be lesser because you are going to be continually moving away from those energies. This collective is going to be in the wrapping up phase. So reflect on where you were in these past 7 years, and then in the 7 years prior for that. What was working? What wasn't? What mistakes were made? What were you doing that was positive for yourself? And that's the wrapping up that we're in now, because likely within the next 3 to 6 months, we are going to be fully out of this little patch of intensity, and we are going to be like completely in the clear and in the positive, because this next 7 years, well, of course, like we're going to be experiencing challenges and setbacks and whatever else. It is going to be so much more positive, productive, loving, nurturing than likely most of our lives have been to date. I sense that it's going to be amazing for a large portion of people in order to be proactive about moving into that phase of the cycle, because you know, we can get caught up in the wrapping up, right? In the reflecting on what didn't work. Is there still hurt there? Is there still forgiveness work to do? Are there resentments? Are we lingering in things that have really well and truly passed? That's understandable depending on what sort of hurts you went through, but to be proactive about it, call yourself on it. Definitely do whatever feeling, grief, or trauma work you feel called to do to keep releasing that and letting it move through. But ask yourself if you're doing anything like entertaining any thoughts that are in fact perpetuating, hanging on to what is in fact not in your life anymore. If you would like assistance with this, I really very much recommend Tara Brach's channel and books. She gets live on YouTube, I believe, every Wednesday, but she has fantastic meditations about letting go, releasing, and all that sort of hard and unglamorous work that, I mean, we all do, but no one really wants to do. We just want all the fun stuff, right? Like, who cares about all that other stuff? But unfortunately, yeah, we gotta care about all that other stuff. And while I am not an expert at letting go, in fact, that is something that is quite challenging for me to do. When I am doing that work, I go listen to Tara Brach, and her meditations for that are very amazing. Most definitely give yourself space and privacy when you go into those meditations, because I promise you, you will be ugly crying. And also, there's no need to force or rush. Like, you're gonna enter this whenever it is appropriate for you to enter. You're not missing anything. Like, the timeline for this portal or cycle, or however you want to term it, there is a long stretch here. Like, this is not, you need to get over this, like, you know, week, or like nothing good's gonna come in for you and you're blocking all your blessings. It's like, that's not how this is working. You have, like, let's say you don't release everything in the next 3 to 6 months. Like, you can take the year, right? You can take the next year and a half. Like I said, we're going to be going through peaks and valleys of this over the next 3 years. While it certainly doesn't have to take that long, if you can just drop everything, just drop it and move into the thing, you are not going to be closed out. Like, there's no TikTok here, which is interesting that I said that, because that is actually something that came through in the download, TikTok. But it's not like a timer deadline for you. It's just more like asking yourself, what are you waiting for? So let me get into that. What are you waiting for? That's the song that came through when I was bringing out all, because this is the channeled portion of these messages before we get into the cards. When I was like bringing through all of this, the song that kept hitting was What You Waiting For by Gwen Stefani. And look, I know there was a lot going on in that era with the aesthetics, and it was very, very appropriative. I know. I still enjoy the song, but I'm just aware, right? There were things going on right then that just would not fly in this day and age. Even 14 plus years ago, we've changed so much, and for the better, I think, with those sorts of issues. Regardless, the song and most of her aesthetic for the Love Angel Music Baby era was very Alice in Wonderland. What I was getting about this new phase that a lot of the collective is moving into is Wonderland awaits. What are you waiting for? And here are the lyrics, especially from the song that were really hitting for me. What an amazing time. What a family. How did the years go by? Now there's only me. And I think that's true for a large portion of the collective, or it might not be entirely true, but it feels that way. I know some people, you know, they're single parents, or we still have friends, right? But for a lot of us, most of what was going on within the past 14 years, it is gone. That past person who we were over that time period, all the things that were around us, all the people, places, and things, gone. It is no longer in our lives unless, you know, we have a child, unless we still have maybe a business or a job or something like that. But I guarantee you, y'all, if you have a career from that past 14 years that is still going on right now, and you know you would like to change that, that is something that is incoming. So what are you waiting for? Tick tock, tick tock. The next lyric, take a chance because you might grow. I'm being attacked from behind, just by the way. Ow! Take a chance because you might grow. Is there any fear or reticence inside you about taking these next steps? If so, spend some time thinking and journaling about that. We can certainly move through fear, but what is it that we're afraid of, really? Because that's the sort of stuff that we want to focus on and heal and maybe change our mindset around. Because, next lyric, life is short, you're capable. And that's the truth. Life is short. And a lot of us, this is Act 2. We're not at the final act. Act 3 is the final act, the denouement. We're not at the denouement, we're at Act 2, which is in fact the most interesting and dramatic act. Act 2 is the act where y'all come in and steal the show. You were down and out in Act 1. Act 2, you're gonna be the star, at least the star of your own life in whatever capacity that is, because you don't have to be some huge celebrity to be the star of your own life. That could simply look like having a wonderful group of supportive friends around you. It could look like finding that partner you really, really want and having that family and social circle and, you know, career of your dreams. That's what having it all could look like. It could look like realizing that you're not a doctor, you are in fact a plumber or a janitor, and taking the steps to create that kind of life for yourself. It could look like a lot of different things, but just because I'm saying Wonderland awaits and you are going, we are not talking about Dasa, and so she is upset. Just because I'm saying Wonderland awaits and you are going to be the star of this second act, that doesn't mean that, you know, everybody's gonna be a pop star now, right? Like everybody's gonna be making $1 million and everybody's going to be the CEO of their own small business. So think about that. In this wrapping up time where we're slowly or maybe quickly releasing the rest of that past energy, think about, if you haven't already, what is it you wanna do in Act 2? Who is it you want to be? Because all of that stuff that we worked through in the past 7-year cycle, what that's brought us is a new understanding of what our authenticity is. And now, likely, you have been making moves in your current authenticity to achieve those manifestations or realize them in materiality. In Act 2, that is going to be accelerated. So be prepared for that. And if you have not, in fact, understood what your new authenticity is, now is the time in this phase to be figuring that out, because Act 2 is all about manifesting from authenticity and fulfillment. That is the energy we are moving into. So how do we create and embody that energy practically within our own routines? Gratitude for what we already have, some sort of physical activity, if not every day, close to it. And I'm not meaning you gotta exercise for 3 hours. That can be as simple as just a walk outside. Spend some time moving around outside or within your own house, but definitely get outside if you are able. Investment in personal passions that are in line with our authenticity, and that should also be, if not every day, then close to it. Don't exhaust yourself. This is about building the momentum of that fulfillment within you. So if you start feeling burnt out, that's not what we're going for, pull back. Understanding, having the awareness that we can manifest. Life is short. You are capable. You can do this to some sort of degree. What you're envisioning, like how that looks in materiality, it might not look exactly like that, but I promise you, if you are consistent and you maintain a disciplined amount of effort while allowing for the universe to come in and do its own work, you will manifest somewhere on the spectrum of your dreams. So just be aware of what's maybe an unreasonable expectation about an end result or a timeline, right? Like this isn't gonna happen next week for a lot of us. What I would say though about that is, leave the door open for miracles, but don't get upset when, you know, that doesn't just poof right out of the blue, right? It can happen, but, you know, let's not bank on it. And finally, the awareness that we are worthy. Just remind yourself every day, look at yourself in the mirror, you're worthy. You're worthy. You're worthy of all of this. You're worthy of the entire world. Look at all of this beautiful stuff that was made just for you. This sun, this food, these animals, these people. All of it is a gift and you are worthy of it. Now, let's move into the cards to see what they say. Maybe they will give us more advice, or perhaps they will let us see maybe some specifics of things that are going to be incoming on this energy for a broad amount of the collective. I have already shuffled everything, so I am just going to be pulling as usual. And at the bottom, we've got Journey. Don't know if you can read that, but yeah. And it's been a long and wild one, right? Maybe a little bit calmer as we go, unless you most definitely know you want more excitement in your life. More spontaneity. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. So, yes, the kind of maybe past energy and something that's going on in the present, roots and branches. All of this past stuff, everything that you've been working on over this last 7 years, you have grounded this, you have created a very, very strong foundation for yourself, and likely currently you have been reaching those branches up and out into material space. You likely will already at least be seeing some results of this foundation that you've worked on. Perhaps you're dating now. Perhaps you do have new friends. You've got a new social circle. You have job opportunities, but things are not yet fully flourishing. But do not worry, because also in the present, you're going to be sprouting your wings. Finally, you know, this is sort of the end stage of that caterpillar in the cocoon, right? And now, perhaps if you've come out of that cocoon, you've kind of, you know, you've been on your little leaf, right? You've been safe by yourself on this little leaf for the most part, and your little wings have been drying. Well, they are now dry, and you are ready to take flight into the unknown. Perfect. We're going to get 3 for each one. Let's get 3 for roots and branches. Actually, I'm hearing 4. 4, then 3, then 3. Because 4 is the stability, right? Those roots and branches. 3 is a little more of an unstable number, and it makes sense for the other 2. I'm hearing a yes on that. Thank you. Yep. You've got the knowledge. You've got the know-how. You've got your boundaries in place. You have your wisdom, and you are trusting in it. Oh, yeah. Look at that in the past. Oh. Oh, no. Yeah, that makes sense. So in this past energy, the past stuff that we're still releasing, you know, unfortunately, the friendships and people and situations in our past that, you know, weren't who we thought they were, or perhaps people just became that way. You know, sometimes that sort of stuff is a natural process of growing apart. And it's sad when it happens, but it is true. So, and then we've got this, you know, you could have felt this way at the time, this sort of like, oh, like, why is this like, no, I don't want any of this, and why am I just out here by myself? You might have felt it at the time, or once you released this stuff from the past, perhaps now, and I have gotten this in other readings before, some of the stuff that's coming into you is just still, it might not be direct reflections of, you know, this harder energy to deal with, but it's still not quite where you are. And you've just been feeling like, gosh, I've been alone. I've really been doing this on my own for so long. Am I going to have to essentially be in this forever? And I think that can be something that we get more proactive about, right? So especially this 4 of Cups and 5 of Pentacles, I really want to look at how we can start stepping out of that energy. So now let's see what's coming in with wings. Whoop. A lot, apparently. It's just waiting for you. It's all ready to tumble out. Oh, I knew he was coming out. The King of Wands. He's been wanting this man or woman, whoever you are, whoever this is, they have been like, I'm gonna intrude on all of these readings because I need your attention. Like, I swear to you, this is the pushiest little energy, and I don't know who this person is to you, or maybe a situation that they represent, but they have been coming in strong. And like that dropping of all of these cards, it's like whatever this is, it wants to come in and like give you a bunch of stuff. It might not be a person, but it is definitely some type of energy that like wants to come in and essentially help you spread your wings, I believe. Or they're seeing you spread your wings and flying, and as you are flying, this is the eagle that wants to come in and fly alongside with you. Well, we got 4, but I was going for 3. They're saying it's fine. Because there you are, the Queen of Pentacles. So the King of Wands wants to be hanging out with this fabulous Queen of Pentacles, who is also, as we have seen, the Queen of Swords. And he wants to come, like, this person or situation, seriously, it's like, I'm going to say bombing. It is not love bombing, though I want to touch on that because there is another reading that I am going to link. I'm going to have to find it. It's going to be linked below where this energy has come out prior, because I'm getting that when this happens, a lot of y'all are going to feel like this is, if it is a relationship type of thing, it is love bombing. If it's some type of other situation like career or opportunities, friendships, something, it's going to feel too good to be true. And if we've been in this energy long term, that's when you start get into blocking your blessings, right? Especially as I do believe this person or situation is something new. This is not something coming in from the past, though when I say that, I'm feeling like some of y'all may, not this, some of y'all may also be contending with some of that, and it's going to have the tendency to create some confusion. So that's why we really want to release those energies, not because it's going to block whatever this is from coming through, but because it can slow things down by making us reticent, by us saying, oh, well, this is what happened in the past, so I don't want to open up to anything in the future because what if it all happens again, right? Like, what if it's just a repeat? And you know, it's always a risk, right? Like no reader can give you an 100% guarantee, and every single relationship that we ever get into is going to go through ups and downs, but that does not mean that we block our hearts off forever. Yeah, it's more like get into this flirtatious energy, get into this, I'm excited. This is the Princess of Cups. Open up for fun is what I'm getting. Like, especially if you've been very serious about whatever self-care or spiritual routine that you've been in, and also if you've been very, very diligent about your career and work or starting that new business, whatever it is, I really feel like what is coming in, it's not a distraction necessarily, but it's like The universe knows. This collective needs fun. This collective has been in this too long, and this has not been self-imposed. This has been something that it's not a self-pity party. That is done. This is incoming. So I just want to look at this King of Wands, what the Eight of Wands is, and that Princess of Cups, because I know y'all, like, y'all are just, look, glamorous and looking good, okay? All nice and healed and focused on the material world, nurturing yourself, nurturing your life, you know, really building that garden, and just wonderful. I'm always telling y'all, I know y'all aren't perfect, but I mean, close. Y'all are close. All right, so now I don't know what these cards are going to tell us about the unknown, because likely, you know, the unknown is meant to be unknown. Also, when we come back to clarify that Four of Cups and Five of Pentacles, I believe, in appropriate scripture. So warning, I'm going to get, I know some of y'all are so, they're like, Allison, please stop giving us scripture. But I like scripture, okay? I like it. It comforts me. It makes me feel good to know that, like, everything that we're going through, all of these people in the BC, when they were carving things into stone, they were going through the same exact crap that we are now. Our technology and, you know, medical technology and all of that has gotten exceptionally better, right? But the relationship side of it, the grand narratives of life, no, they haven't changed. And they're not going to. Oh, here you are as the Queen of Cups in the unknown, just all beautiful and mysterious and intuitive and spiritual. And just, if you are, you know, realizing your psychic gifts, you're all in that. And people just find you mesmerizing and mysterious and beautiful. So live in that. In the unknown, huh? Yep. We're scared of that unknown. Like, no to the unknown. Be patient with yourself. And also, what I believe this is saying is that you are being guided. Yes, it's the unknown. You have your spiritual support. You are being guided through this, okay? To your 10 of Pentacles, however that's going to look for you, okay? So while you might not be able to foretell what the path is going to look like, it is bringing you to something good, okay? So we'll see how we can maybe shake ourselves up out of this, and maybe get a message from your guides of support. We'll save that one for last. Well, no, let's save the 10 of Pentacles for last. All right, this Two of Swords. Okay, we're coming back. We're coming back to look at this Four of Cups and this Five of Pentacles. And let me go grab that scripture really quick. I do not feel like flipping through my Bible, but on one of my more like non-pretty working decks, I've been going through, and when I get to a scripture I think that fits the card, I write it on the back of the card. And this particular scripture is from Lamentations, and I thought it was perfect for the Nine of Swords. And I think it is also perfect for these past things that the collective is releasing, and why it's potentially left y'all in this Four of Cups, Five of Pentacles. Now, y'all know it's going to be the last card. It was the second to last card. I just went to the back. Hateable. So, just to recap here before I read this scripture, you know, this was the very, very past. Friends, lovers, family, deception, treachery, gossip, backstabbing, you know, maybe people just not treating you as you deserve to be treated. And here's the thing. All of us have been here at some point. None of us have been this perfectly pure individual that has never gossiped or backstabbed in some sort of way. Regardless, that is hard to deal with. And here is the scripture. She weeps bitterly in the night. Her tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she has no one to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They have become her enemies. That's Lamentations chapter 1, verse 2. Fitting, right? And here's the thing. I think y'all are far out of that. I don't know about you, but that does in some way comfort me. That something like that is written in the Old Testament. That has occurred so many times to so many of us. Here's what you can know. Even if you currently maybe are feeling like you don't have that friend group or you don't have that partner or that family yet, you are not alone. There's a lot of the collective here, and certainly ancestrally in that historical energy, how many millions, billions of souls have gone through exactly that, no matter who they are, because wealth, status, privilege protects no one from those things. Now that I've indulged myself with a little scripture, okay? Look, I love it. Let's see what we can do to transition out of this Four of Cups energy, being proactive. And also for the Five of Pentacles. Ah, look! Nine of Swords came up. I've already read the scripture. Haha. So I have already helped you be a little bit more proactive. You could revisit that though. Revisit that particular portion of Lamentations and just be aware, others have gone through this before me. Yeah, feeling really stuck. This just might be validation. And more than validation, I'm going to interpret these cards two ways because we've got the Knight of Wands in first and then the Page of Cups. I think this is just saying, with all the things that I've addressed in this video, you know, all of these sort of little daily things that we can add into our routine, that will be enough to start leading you forward into this fresher energy. Also, how I want to interpret this is, you're here right now. I think you do not see, because your back is to this stuff, that something external is actually coming at you to kind of give you some of a helping hand, because this Page of Cups is the Princess of Cups in this deck. I think likely you're going to have I'm getting a yes, you are going to have someone or something come in externally to help you with that little rest of the way. But until then, just know it is completely normal for you to be feeling this way. And if you would like to start stepping out of that energetically, just go ahead and take the suggestions that I've made in this video, or if you intuitively get some insights about how to shake up your own energy, by all means, do that. Now, what about this Five of Pentacles? The Tower. That's not a bad tower, I'm telling you. It's this, whatever that is, it's coming in. Oh my Lord. Oh me, oh my. It does make me a little bit nervous for y'all, I can't lie. Just because I want y'all to be okay. Like, I want y'all to really feel the happiness and experience that in your external worlds, because I really feel like y'all deserve it, man. Y'all have been doing the work, I know. And congratulations on that, by the way, if you don't have anyone telling you that. If you have not had a lot of material support in your management of your mental health, your trauma, your sobriety, learning to become a single parent, managing your own divorces, and moving into a completely different type of lifestyle than you likely ever imagined, congratulations. You're doing an amazing job, and I'm so happy that y'all have stuck with this, despite maybe not having that exterior support around you. You are amazing for doing what you did. Yeah, that King of Cups. And that's the thing, I am so linking these other readings where he has made his appearance into this one, because while this person or situation, whatever it is going to present itself in maybe kind of a seductive, charming sort of way, whatever this is coming from a very genuine emotional place. This is not a trick, right? It's not that Seven of Swords, though I get that it might ping for some of y'all that way. Whoop. Why? Yet this is the exact energy, because this is an actual emperor. Whoever or whatever this situation is, it is exactly what it looks like. I'm just telling you, it's exactly what it looks like. I know it might come in very abruptly and it might seem too good to be true. It's not. It's flat out not. Can we get one more on this tower, please? Okay. Whatever this situation or person is, they want to come in and work with you on something. This person has potentially been watching you for a while, or they just want to invest in the situation. I can get one more on this. And then it's up to the unknown, right? Yeah. This is honest. Whatever this is, it is honest. And this isn't like, because the King of Wands, you know, and the Eight of Wands, that is very fast energy. And the Tower is fast. I get the impression that this person wants to come in very fast, just to get in. And then, like, you are going to see that this is a very consistent, stable thing. Whatever it is honest and it is direct. Like, there is no chicanery going on here. And also, because we're going to look at this King of Wands, but if it is, in fact, the same energy from the other readings, something else this situation or person will do is, if you are in this Two of Swords energy, it's almost like you cannot block this. If this is something good for you, this person or situation is just going to keep coming at you. They or it really want to be in your life, and they don't care if they have to do a little bit of extra work up front to get you to trust them for good reason. They are going to show you how stable they or it or the situation is, okay? So if you are worried about any of this residual work that you're doing, literally blocking something, it's sort of like you've done so much work that it can't happen. It just can't happen. This is like, seriously, this is a Wheel of Fortune type of thing. It's just happening. There's nothing that you have to do. There's nothing that you have to worry about. It's just happening. So, you know, just be where you are with it, essentially. Like, there's nothing all extra you have to do. Woo, woo. Cards are falling out. This person or thing, whatever it is, want to tell you, I'm strong. I've been doing the self-reflection work. I'm here. Yeah. They super want to give to you in some way. In a non-crappy way. They want to give materially. This is that exact same energy. I swear to you, because this is not a bad devil. This person, hold on, I want to pull before I get into this, because the other reading is going to be linked below. This is a very interesting individual. I'm just going to let you know, this is a very interesting individual. Usually they come up with eclectic tastes. These aren't the permanent cards, but I do want to mention this because it has also come up in other readings. This person, whoever they are, the reason why this is going to be pinging is weird for you is if this is a love relationship, some of this person's past lifestyle that they will be very direct with you about might have you a little bit nervous. This person lived some sort of interesting lifestyle in the past. And in fact, this might be their own like substance abuse issues or anything that they were doing to negative excess that they worked hard to get through. They are going to be very, very direct with you about that. However, now I'm going to keep pulling. Yeah, and they're like this Two of Pentacles as well. Like they just do not want you to perceive them as crappy. Like, it came out again. Yeah, they're gonna like work very hard for you not to perceive them as like a juggler or a charmer. Or someone who's pursuing very, very many options, because I get this person does have that. This person, if it is a person, is attractive enough, or they like whoever they are, lots of people are attracted to this person. And if they so choose, they could go right back into this if they wanted to. They don't want to. They have completely cut this off, and they are going to be very honest with you about that. So again, if you are not dealing with a very forthright energy, it's not the one. Yeah. This person wants to choose you. However, what I'll say is this person does still have eclectic taste, okay? But like, it's sort of more like they only want to do it with a particular person, right? That's all I'm going to say about that. So get into your Princess of Cups energy, you know, I mean, like what kind of fun? But that's, I explore that more, or I talk about that a little bit more in the other reading. So if you're into this, if it resonates for you, you can check those out. So what is this Eight of Wands? Because yeah, this is like the exact same message. This is y'all's balance. This is y'all's justice. You deserve this because you're confident, you know, you're beautiful, or you're handsome if you are in fact a man. You're just a lot of light, and you deserve to be met with the same amount of light. Also, I think you're very, very fiery and ambitious. This is likely something that you've prayed for. Is there anything else I need to know from that card? Oh, that you can relax. You can relax if you're stressed out now. And that is another channeled message that I'm doing another reading on. So it's interesting that it's bleeding over into this reading. If you are stressed out about anything right now, you are being asked to please release that, because there's literally nothing for you to stress about. Like any sort of self-imposed stress that you are bringing to yourself, just don't bother with it. Also, it's likely that with this person or situation, you will be able to relax because you won't be doing all of this by yourself. Yeah, release these past energies. Release this stuff, because it's likely it's gonna get triggered when this comes in. I know. I don't know. This is just y'all. This is just y'all and this person coming into the situation. Yeah, I feel like this person, because this was one like, what this person or situation is like trying to communicate, besides that they're strong and self-reflective and everything, they have been searching for you. Like your energy. And now they're here. Maybe, what is this Princess of Cups? How can we embody this? The Hierophant. That is a very interesting card to get for the Princess of Cups. But I'm getting, you know, in the other deck, it's that fish coming out of the cup. This is like God, right? God has heard your prayers, and likely this other person's prayers. That fish coming out of the cup, I've heard you. Here you go. Here you go. Y'all have all done good work. Here you go. Here are your people. Here are your jobs. Here are your new situations. Here it is. You've already... Because it is the Wheel of Fortune. This is just something that will happen no matter what. You can't mess it up. You can't block it. It's coming in. This is an act of God, literally. Congratulations. So yeah, get into that prince, like, essentially release that old stuff, because you can be having more fun along the way, and like way more fun, way quicker when this comes in. If you do this in this little wrap up phase, right? But this is all about to be so perfect. Like whatever little residual healing like y'all all need to do, maybe y'all are gonna do that together. I'm getting a yeah. I'm getting a yeah. And doing that together is going to make your relationships or the situation so much stronger. Like that is how you are going to prove yourselves to each other. Like, this is perfect. Okay, like just, God says yes. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell y'all. I don't know what you want me to tell you. God says yes, you are saying no, but don't worry, God is going to continue to say yes. You want me to switch up. All right, this Two of Swords, this is y'all like, ah! I know I wanted this, but now it's here and it's scary. I guarantee you, I already know that's the case. Ooh, if these scriptures that I've written on the back of this fits, I'm reading more scripture. Y'all just have to deal with me. Because I know y'all know I'm not a crappy Christian. I'm not even Christian. I just like the Bible. And I do work with Christian archetypes. I like Jesus and Mary and all that. And the angels and demons. I love them. And Satan, love him too. Yeah, and like, this Two of Swords is just like, what's looming large in your emotions and in your mind is the betrayal, right? And how hard you had to work to get over all of this stuff. So now let me read the scripture. Yeah. So, 2 scriptures on this. For a multitude of dreams, there are vanities, as well as in many words, but you must fear God. So just to soften that a little bit, fearing God is respecting what God is doing, respecting those grander forces. You don't have to be afraid of them. It's just about respect and understanding that there are some things just larger than us and more powerful than us, right? And for in a multitude of dreams, there are vanities. When we have so much going on in our visions and our dreams and like, what if, it's not reality. It's not reality. Vanity is in a sense self-indulgent here, which that scripture, by the way, was Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 7. The second follow-up one. Better is the sight of the eyes than the wandering of the desire. So let's forget about the wandering of the desire for a moment, because this is essentially about people having options, you know. But better is the sight of the eyes. Look at what is right in front of you. Forget what is going on up here and right here for the moment, right? Because this is all going to be what is right in front of you. Is it forthright? Is it consistent? Is it giving? Is it loving? Is it passionate? Then that's not this, right? So I'm not reading that one because that is more for an active 10 of Swords. And that's not where we are right now. So then the Strength. Yeah, I will read this one. If the spirit of a ruler rises up against you, don't leave your place, for gentleness lays great offenses to rest. So if you do happen to get triggered, don't run. Don't run. Be gentle with yourself. Be understanding. Keep your eyes on reality. And thank you. I'm in the middle of something serious. And lay these past offenses to rest with a gentle heart. Okay, the guides want to speak last, whoever you're working with. I will look at this 10 of Pentacles that is in your unknown. Yeah, celebration. Celebrate good times, come on, because it is divine judgment. Celebrate good times, come on. Yeah, this is just big change. Big change. It's the end to all that was, okay? So if you know you've had a lot of crap in your past, it's the end of all that. It's the end. You're going into your 10 of Pentacles, okay? You're moving out of it. You're moving out of it. You know? I don't think we need to delve any more into that because it's all going to look different for each person. So now what do the guides have to say? It's God's work, okay? It's their work. It's the guides' work. It's the higher forces' work. Trust that it is. Trust that you are being guided. These other people are being guided. These other situations are all being guided. We are on a collision course. Well, listen to them. They're talking to you. You don't need these readings, essentially. You can call them on the little, hey, I'll call you on the cell phone, all right? They are going to be in constant communication with you if you are open and available to that. And while this is going on as well, like they will be reassuring you, making sure that y'all are okay, that you're not missing this. You're just very supported because you are headed fast and directly into whatever this is. This healing, like I said, you are the star of Act 2, okay? I am validated and reinforced by all the greater forces, all right? They're saying it's true with a passion because I am also the Empress and understand the ways of the world. Just to gas myself up a little bit. Now that the guides have said what they would like to say, what is the collective's best advice? Do you need it? Relax. It's incoming. You're all good. This is literally like I don't know, you just, whatever you want to do, essentially. Do whatever you want to do right now. Do whatever it is. Whatever makes you the most relaxed and the most content. And just for a little beneath the deck happiness, you are coming out of this hermit mode into success. However, I am going to read these a couple of different ways. So first of all, your best advice, you know, remain in your truth and integrity as well as in your heart. You are in the prime position. And so when I'm saying defend your position, I'm just saying, like, you don't have to go anywhere. You are in the prime spot. Now, to read this the other way, which is also true, when this king of, because this is an emperor, okay? They are already all of the kings, but they are presenting as various different energies. So, because this, like, they kind of came out as the Queen of Swords, this King of Swords is the same thing. It's because they are honest and direct and forthright. But also, when this person or situation comes in, let them fight for you. That is something they like to do, as a matter of fact. Not eternally, but this person or situation very much wants to fight for their Queen of Cups. They want to come in and, like, showboat a little bit, right? They want to come in and prove their integrity and kind of, like, win your favor almost. And this King of Cups is not only not going to walk, they are not going to let you walk away from them. So, if you would like to hear more about this very, very pushy energy who has been invading all of the readings, I know they have very good intentions, but I mean, like, come on. This person is, like, invading the collective right now, or these people are, these situations are. If you would like to hear more about that, I will have those readings below if you would like to delve a bit more into this energy in particular. But to be honest with you, it's mostly the same message on repeat. Until this all culminates, we're going to be getting similar messages. But hey, these are positive messages, so let them repeat.